Action. What's up? I'm Daniel Phillippe.
And I'm, you can hold your mic.
What's up? I'm Daniel Phillippe.
And I'm Santana Phillippe.
And this is Homes to Hustle.
We're married, we're in real estate, and we are just trying to keep it together, so we want to bring you right through our journey.
Yeah, so this is going to be an exciting podcast where we talk all things real estate, but also a lot of our home life, which we've been navigating together, life, the last 5 years. Today is a special episode, not because it's the first one, but because Santana just finished her real estate license.
Yay!
So, I mean, that was, how many days ago did you get that done?
This is my third official day in real estate. So we're kind of starting to navigate working 8:30 to 4:30 with daycare drop-offs and getting into the new workflow from being a stay-at-home mom for the year to now working full-time.
Yeah. So how do you find the first couple of days has been?
It's felt weird.
Yeah.
I've said it a couple times. It's like imposter syndrome. I've been like going through, like when I come out, even when I'm like driving, I'm like, okay, I need to rush home or I need to rush here, rush there. And then I'm like, wait, I don't. I can just like
Have some time.
And it's been crazy to not have Romeo right by my side all the time. But it's been kind of nice to have a bit of freedom. And, you know, I've always loved to hustle. So it's nice to be able to kind of get back to that.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have. I think that's something that when we first got together, we connected over. Just your love for the grind.
Yeah.
Even at like 20 years old, just super ambitious. But so yeah, we're gonna get into. I think I want to gear this episode more towards like your schooling process, and this kind of like our main target audience for an episode like this is just someone who's thinking about getting into real estate and what to expect through the Humber program, because you're so fresh out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess like take us from the beginning. And when I say the beginning, not 2024 beginning, like let's go 2023 beginning, because that's a funny story there.
Okay, so when I met Daniel, he was going through his real estate school, kind of, I guess, middle to the end. And then I was kind of just starting my beauty business to like the level that it's at right now. But I was always intrigued with what Daniel was doing. I thought it was super cool. So finally, in what year was it? 2023.
Right after we got married.
Yeah, right after we got married, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to sign up for school. I got my diploma from high school. I sent it in. I registered. And I got accepted. I started my course 1. And I got pregnant.
Yeah, maybe a week into
it. Maybe a week into it, I got pregnant. And I was super on the fence of like, what are we going to do? Like, this is the next 9 months. Obviously, I'm going to have lots of time. But what comes after that 9 months? Like, am I going to be able to do it? And I didn't want to spend that much time doing schooling if I was so unsure of like, if we were both going to be able to work or what we wanted for our family. So I put it on hold and I just stopped the course completely. And then when we had Romeo, I kind of realized I would be able to do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to sign back up. So I went and signed back up, but I was already still enrolled because you have 2 years to do your schooling. And at this point, I think I had 9 months left before like the deadline of you have to like restart. Daniel did it in 9 months, so I was like, I have to just get it done. We can do it. We'll figure it out. So I started my first course 1 again, November 26th. And then start to finish, I ended technically June 1st was when I got registered fully at my brokerage.
So, yeah, like 5-6 months.
Yeah. I guess start to finish, like, I guess it would be 6-7 months. But that was with some vacations in between. And then getting, like, all my criminal record report and all that stuff. So there's a bit of waiting time, but yeah.
Nice. And then we're going to talk about the couple of vacations, too, because you didn't let that hold you back, right? Like you powered
No.
through, and yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. But I guess let's talk about the actual course itself. How did you find it? You know, was it hard? Was it easy? What was your kind of experience with the course?
Yeah, so when I enrolled, I originally just thought, oh, it's an online course. We're fine. It will be like these little modules I'll have to complete. Quickly realized, like, no, I'm in full on college right now. Like, this is a lot more work than I expected. Not in a bad way. It's just, you don't know with online schooling how it's going to be. But yeah, I thought it was good. There was lots of reading and just going through your own modules and then studying and then writing your exam. A lot more pressure on the exams because you don't know if you learned it right because you learned it all yourself. But overall, I felt pretty confident coming out of every exam, and I definitely thoroughly read the content though. I didn't just skip over it like I know some people will. I like really dove into it, so I actually had an understanding of what was happening.
Yeah, that's good. And like when you were studying for exams, did you just read through the course, or was there any like tools you used that?
Yeah, so obviously I read through it first, and then I used Pass It, which I only knew about because Daniel went through it, and that was a helpful resource for him. And yeah, I 100% recommend Pass It. All you do is like test, like, I don't know, like these little tests that are very similar to the exam, and that prepared me a lot. Like I would go into my exam and be like, I answered this question 5 times at home, like word by word, basically.
Was there any particular course that you found was more difficult than the next?
I honestly I thought the Sims, like the simulation courses that were in person, were harder. Like the first one I found hard, so I was getting really nervous for the second, but then I found the second really easy. So I guess simulation 1 would be my toughest one.
And from my understanding, simulation 1 was done in another country.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. So that was
Yeah,
my.
so talk us through that. Talk us through that.
That was my vacation month. So prior to all this, I booked 2 trips for the month of March. One to see my mom in Mexico for almost 2 weeks, I want to say. And then we did a little weekend trip, me, Daniel, and our friends. So the simulations, you can either do it a week in class, or you can do weekends. And I just chose to do weekends virtually. So while I was away with my mom, both weekends I was there, I was stuck inside. It was really sad, but like I knew I didn't want it to hold me back because the next time I would have been able to take it was like a month away, and I was like, there's no way I'm waiting a month. Like that's just not happening. So I sucked it up, and yeah, I watched the sun from the window for the weekends.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you're in a beach town, good weather all week long, and you had, your mom was there, Maddie was there for a little bit, your son obviously, and watching them all have fun while you just dialed in on the course.
Yeah, but I'm very grateful that they were there because Romeo, he got to go out in the sun every day while I was stuck inside, so they got to have some bonding time. My mom stays there for 3 months, so it was kind of nice for her to have that time with him without me. And yeah, they just went swimming, went for walks.
That's cool. No, you definitely powered through that. Okay, so yeah, so quickly, so for anyone watching, the structure of the course is basically 5 modules with 2 simulation periods.
Yeah.
Where you can either take it in person or online.
Yes.
And there's 7 total exams, right?
6. There's 6 exams. The last one you don't have to write an exam. It's just like getting you into like how to register and some updates that maybe weren't in the course. So 6. 4 were like actual reading material, write an exam, and then 2 were the simulations, and then you still write an exam.
Okay, and then was there a timeline on when you had to do, like, get assignments in? Was there any assignments that you have to, like, get the exams done at a certain time, or how was, like, the structure of this online?
No. Like, I think when you buy your course, because you buy them individually, I think they give you maybe like 5 to 6 months to like complete it before you have to rebuy it. But other than that, you are on your own timeline. So you have 2 years to finish the course. And there's a lot of people that will take 2 years. And they'll take the 6 months to learn course one before they write their exam. But if you stay on top of it, and I was super determined to get it done, especially before the 9 months, I did a course a month, basically.
Course a month.
Give or take.
Okay, and just for the viewers, so you're a full-time student at Humber College. You're a new mother with when you started the course, maybe a 6-month-old at home.
Yeah.
You also owned a beauty salon with 10, 15 different contractors.
Yeah.
And there was also a sauna and ice bath business in there. So
Yep.
you're running 2 full-time businesses, full-time mother, and being a full-time student. How on earth did you get this done in 6 months?
I don't know. I wish I could answer that. I have no idea. This past year has been insane, to say the least.
Yeah, like, is there something inside, like there must be something inside you, like take on so much responsibility and still be able to find the time. Because I tell you, like, when I'm watching Romeo and when he goes down for a nap, I'm so spent.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for me just to kick my feet up and relax. So, like, the idea that you were, managing all your responsibilities and, like, still finding that time, like, is there something inside you that just, like, you know what I mean? Like, what was the driving force?
There must be something inside me. I don't know. I don't know, to see that, like, how successful you were doing in your career, I was eager because I could see it, like, in our everyday life, you living what I was working towards.
Yeah.
So it was like a big push to be like, okay, like, we can get it done. Like, once Romeo hits a year, like, it's from there, that's kind of my green light to get going. And I really wanted to kind of stick to that timeline. And I'm thankful to have really good family and then an amazing husband that, I would get really stressed out upcoming to exams. I would message you and just let you know I need some time to study, and he would come home early, and I found going to Starbucks was like the best thing for me with staying at home, because even if he was home watching him or he was in bed sleeping, like, I was in the same house all day. Like, I had to get out and get a fresh brain. Yeah. So that was like my go-to study thing. I'd go to Starbucks, sit in there, get a strawberry refresher, and just go. Mm-hmm.
I guess, was there any point where you thought you were going to quit?
No.
Nah.
I knew I wouldn't. I couldn't.
Yeah.
No.
That's fair.
Definitely not. Once I was in it, I was in it. Mm-hmm. There's no looking back.
That's good. Okay, and then I don't know if you know the numbers offhand, but roughly, do you know how much it costs to put yourself through Humber? Before any, like, real estate fees and whatnot?
I think, like, some of the earlier courses, like the first course is definitely the most expensive. I think it was like $1,200, I want to say. But then as you go down the path, they're a lot cheaper. Like, I think some of them were $395. The simulations were about $700-800, and all the exams are $120. Mm-hmm. So, but you pay as you go, so it feels a lot better than that.
You think it's like closer to 10K or closer to 5K?
Probably closer to 5.
Closer
I would
to 5?
say, yeah.
Well, I'll look it up and I'll throw it on the screen right here.
Yeah, because I don't fully know. I didn't do the math, but I know all the exams are $120, and if you have to retake an exam, you just pay $120 again.
True. Okay.
And you have 3 tries for each exam. After that, you just rebuy your course again, and you do it again.
Okay, and is there any advice that you'd give someone that's looking to do the course? Like, is there any advice that you wish someone asked you before you took the course?
My biggest advice would be to just stick with it. When you're going through your studies, like, get familiar with the actual business, because it can be a lot different, even from me just being 3 days in. You don't use a lot of the information in your day-to-day. So it would be nice to, like, obviously with me, I could follow along your day schedule, but I know other people, like, they would come in and be like, what the heck do I even do?
Yeah.
So maybe finding a brokerage early on, or a mentor early on while you're doing your schooling.
Fair. Okay, great. So yeah, I mean, I think that should give a good kind of recap for the course. I guess one more question just about the Humber College course. Like, if you were to sum it up in a couple simple words, like, how did you find the course in itself?
I found it really interesting. Like, when you're in high school or high school or any other schooling, like, you're kind of there because you have to be there. Where in this course, you're there because you want to be there. And I found that a lot in the Sims classes when I saw, like, other students. Everybody was super in the lesson, which was really inspiring and nice, refreshing, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, that's a really good answer. Okay, so enough with the Humber College, right? You're out of school.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out of there.
You're done. Last time we speak on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Not last time. You guys can message
time.
me and ask me other questions if you are looking to get into the industry.
Always, yeah. Santana. You know, I think as real estate professionals, I was thinking about this today, we're people of service, you know, in every, like, degree. And coming from your background in the beauty service as well, like, we're just kind of built to serve people, right? Being in the service
love
space.
it.
And we love it, right? So, like, anytime, like if you ever have a real estate question about, you know, joining our industry, or just about, like, buying, selling, renting, or just anything, like an off the wall question, I feel like both of us, like, we just seek answering those questions so much. We get so much out of that, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so let's kind of future pace a little bit here. What does, you know, you're officially licensed, what does your next 6 months look like ideally?
Ideally?
Yeah, like, what's the dream here? Like, what's your goals look like?
So just getting busy, getting comfortable in, like, a day-to-day schedule. Right now I'm kind of showing up and being like, okay, like, what can I do next? Like, I really want to have that set out for me. Obviously a couple deals would be very nice. I want to stay busy with doing open houses, social media. That's where I kind of thrive, is on social media. So I'm excited to get comfortable with that. And yeah, just having a successful first couple months would be very nice.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And then how's your day look like today? Because this is officially, like, well, it's one of the first office days.
Yeah, so I've been a realtor for 3 days. Yesterday, our daycare provider was sick, so this is only the second day in the office, I guess. I've just been finishing up onboarding to some, like, of the real estate boards and getting my email set up and putting my contacts in my systems. So just really, like, back end stuff to get things situated is what I've been working on.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes time, right? Business cards, for sale signs. You know, we're kind of finalizing some branding, you know, starting this podcast. You got a new series.
Yeah.
Love it or leave it.
Yeah, check it out.
Which is great idea. And you have, like, the perfect personality for that, by the way. Yeah, so I guess this will kind of...
I got a question for you.
Okay.
From your first year to now this being your fifth or sixth? Fifth year. What's your biggest advice to somebody who's just getting into the industry? And someone like me, kind of a little, like, everywhere, what would you say?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because you went through the tough times.
Yeah. I think for me, when I first got in the industry, as every professional will tell you, real estate professional, they'll tell you to hit your sphere of influence and let everybody know that you're in real estate. And although I agree with that, like, that's number one, you gotta let everyone that you know that you're in real estate. I think I would have actively tried to get business from people I didn't know from the start. Because you know, you're brand new in the industry, and sometimes you can feel like you're haggling your friends and family, and they know you're brand new as well, so there could be some uneasiness with that. And I think, yeah, my biggest piece of advice would be like, try to find business elsewhere, get busy there, and then all your friends and family will notice, and then you'll build up that credibility from yeah. That's something that, and that's not something I did when I first started, but that would be like my advice.
Yeah, he's been hammering that into me this morning. You need to get out door knocking. I'm like, I'm scared. But I'm grateful that I have, you know, somebody that I can kind of shadow doing it, that I feel comfortable around, which is great.
And we do have big goals. Like, we want to, you know, we believe that we have a really quality service, and you know, we want to help as many families buy and sell in real estate in Durham. So part of this podcast and part of documenting our process is just to show you like the early stages of the Phillippe Group, because where we're going to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years is going to be just what we hope is just light years from where we are today. And we're young, right? We're both 25 years old, so we have a lot of life in the game, and yeah, excited.
Yeah, this is just the beginning for us, so stay tuned and follow along our journey. I think it's really real too. Like, obviously when we're posting on social media, all you see is that 30-second video of us being very animated, or that photo that's picture perfect. But like on this podcast, like, we want to talk about the struggles that we go through with like family life and work life. And I think it would be, you know, you never know, maybe you'll get an episode on working with your partner. Because right now we're only 3 days in, so we don't know that yet, but maybe in a couple months we'll be able to update you on how that goes.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's a video for another day.
Yeah.
But to end this video off, thank you so much for watching, tuning in. Congratulations to Santana starting this new journey. And I'm excited to have you follow along with us.
Bye-bye.
Bye. How you think that went?